Everything you lost was shaping who you are becoming. Your pain wasn't pointless. It was preparing you. What broke you open also awakened your soul. Some losses come to realign your life, not ruin it. You didn't suffer for nothing. There's meaning in it all. The ending you didn't understand was a divine redirection. Your grief carried a lesson your soul needed. This year did not simply pass through your life. It dismantled and rebuilt you from the inside out. You were forced to slow down and truly look at yourself without distractions, without denial, without pretending. Every fear you avoided surfaced. Every wound you buried demanded attention, and every limitation you accepted was challenged. Through this intense self-confrontation, you discovered strength that had always been dormant within you. You didn't just survive this year. You awakened, reclaimed your power, and stepped into a deeper version of yourself. This year exposed you to yourself in the most honest way possible. You learned who you are when everything familiar falls apart. You learned how resilient your spirit truly is when comfort disappears. The struggles were not meant to punish you. They were designed to strip away what no longer belonged to your future. You emerged stronger, clearer, and more aligned with your soul's truth than ever before. Nothing about this year was accidental. Every challenge came to reveal something hidden inside you. You were pushed beyond your limits so you could finally see that your limits were never real. What once scared you no longer holds the same power because you faced it head-on and lived through it. This year reshaped your identity and prepared you for the new chapter ahead. This was not a year of comfort. It was a year of awakening. You were required to face your shadow, heal unresolved pain, and take responsibility for your growth. The process was uncomfortable, lonely at times, and deeply emotional, but it was necessary. Through it all, you rose stronger, wiser, and more grounded in your truth. You didn't lose yourself this year, you found yourself. The confusion, the emotional weight, and the silent battles were all part of your transformation. You shed old versions of yourself that could no longer carry the life you are meant to live. What remains now is clarity, inner strength, and a deeper connection to who you truly are. This year demanded courage from you in ways you never anticipated. It asked you to let go of what felt familiar, even when it was painful to release. In doing so, you reclaimed parts of yourself that had been buried under fear, doubt, and external expectations. You now stand stronger in your own power. You were shaped by the storms you walked through this year. Each struggle refined your character and strengthened your spirit. You learned how to trust yourself, how to stand alone if needed, and how to keep going even when the path ahead was unclear. This was the year your soul matured. This year forced you to become honest with yourself. You could no longer ignore what was draining you or settling for what limited you. Through pain and reflection, you gained clarity. You now understand your worth on a deeper level, and that understanding has changed everything. What felt like endings this year were actually beginnings in disguise. Every door that closed guided you toward a version of life more aligned with your truth. You had to lose illusions to gain wisdom, and through that process you stepped into a more authentic version of yourself. This year transformed you quietly, deeply, and permanently. The changes didn't happen overnight, but they happened at the soul level. You became more self-aware, more grounded, and more connected to your inner strength. You are no longer the person who once doubted their own power. You were tested not because you were weak, but because you were ready to rise. This year revealed your emotional endurance and spiritual depth. You learned how to sit with discomfort, grow through uncertainty, and trust the process even when answers were unclear. This year peeled back layers you didn't know you were carrying. You confronted beliefs that were never yours and patterns that no longer served you. Through that release, you stepped into freedom to live authentically and fully. You learned that healing is not linear and growth is not gentle. This year taught you patience, resilience, and self-compassion. You emerged stronger, not hardened, wiser, not bitter. Your soul evolved through every experience. This was the year you stopped abandoning yourself. You learned to honor your feelings, protect your energy, and choose yourself without guilt. That shift alone changed the course of your life. You didn't just change externally this year, you transformed internally. Your mindset shifted, your boundaries strengthened, and your vision expanded. You now see life through a lens of awareness and purpose. This year taught you that strength doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it looks like endurance, silence, and choosing to keep going when no one sees your effort. Your quiet resilience became your greatest power. You walked through uncertainty and came out with clarity. You faced fear and discovered courage. You experienced loss and gained wisdom. This year shaped you into someone who trusts themselves deeply. This year marked the end of self-doubt controlling your decisions. You learned to listen to your intuition and honor your inner voice. That alignment changed how you move through life. You were forced to grow beyond comfort. What once felt safe no longer fit, and you had the courage to move forward anyway. That bravery defined this year. This year awakened you to your own power. You realized you are capable of handling far more than you ever imagined. That realization alone shifted your entire reality. You learned that healing requires honesty. This year demanded that you face uncomfortable truths so you could finally be free from them. That freedom changed you forever. This was the year you stopped waiting for permission to become who you are meant to be. You chose growth even when it was difficult. You learned that transformation is painful before it is beautiful. This year reshaped your soul so you could rise stronger and clearer. You didn't just grow, you evolved. Your emotional intelligence deepened, your awareness expanded, and your resilience strengthened. This year forced you to trust yourself again. Through trial and error, you learned that your intuition is powerful and reliable. You released old attachments that were weighing you down. In doing so, you created space for peace, clarity, and new beginnings. This year rewired your mindset. You no longer see challenges as obstacles but as opportunities for growth. You discovered that your power was never outside of you. It was always within, waiting for you to claim it. This year prepared you for the next chapter of your life. The lessons you learned will guide you forward with confidence. You are stepping into a new beginning now, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your soul than ever before. This year didn't break you, it revealed you. Something new is unfolding in your life right now, even if you cannot fully see it yet. The old cycles that drained you are finally closing, and a new energy is entering your path. This shift did not arrive by chance. It came because your soul was ready for more peace, clarity, and alignment. What begins now will change how you see yourself and your future. This moment marks a turning point for you. The struggles you endured were not meaningless. They were preparation. Life is gently moving you into a season where things flow with less resistance and more purpose. Your soul called for growth, and the universe answered. A powerful transformation is starting within you. You are releasing old fears, outdated beliefs, and emotional weight that no longer belongs to your next chapter. This shift is bringing you closer to your authentic self and opening doors that once felt unreachable. You are stepping into a phase of life that feels lighter, clearer, and more aligned. The confusion of the past is slowly dissolving, making space for wisdom and direction. This is the change your soul has been preparing for all along. Something deeply meaningful is taking root in your life now. You are no longer meant to struggle the way you once did. This shift is guiding you toward stability, inner peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. Your soul has outgrown the old version of your life, and now the transition has begun. You may feel emotional, reflective, or unusually aware, and that's because a new chapter is forming. This is the beginning of something that aligns with who you've become. This is not just change, it is alignment. What starts now will reshape how you experience life, relationships, and yourself. The lessons you learned were not to break you but to prepare you for this exact moment. You are entering a season where things finally make sense. The chaos of the past is giving way to clarity, and the heaviness is lifting. This shift is restoring balance to your soul and direction to your journey. Something new is awakening inside you. You are becoming more confident in your decisions and more trusting of your intuition. This inner shift will reflect outwardly, changing the course of your life in powerful ways. The waiting period is ending. You are moving into a phase where your efforts begin to align with results. This life-changing shift is opening space for growth, peace, and meaningful progress. Your soul has been asking for change, and now it has arrived. The old emotional patterns are breaking, and a new way of being is forming. This transition is gentle but profound. You are no longer meant to stay where you were. This shift is guiding you forward, helping you let go of limitations and step into a version of life that feels more natural and fulfilling. Something transformative is unfolding quietly but powerfully. You are shedding the past without force, without fear. This change is happening because you are finally ready to receive more. Your life is moving into alignment with your inner truth. What begins now will support your growth instead of draining you. This is the turning point your soul needed to heal and expand. You are entering a chapter defined by clarity rather than confusion. The inner resistance you once felt is softening, allowing new opportunities to approach you naturally. This shift is not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you truly are. Life is guiding you back to your core strength, wisdom, and self-trust. The emotional weight you've been carrying is lifting. You are stepping into a phase where your energy feels renewed and your outlook more hopeful. This change is reshaping your future. You are crossing a threshold in your life. What lies ahead is not built on struggle, but on understanding, growth, and inner balance. This is the beginning of lasting transformation. Your soul recognized it was time for something more meaningful. This shift is realigning you with peace, confidence, and a deeper sense of purpose. The challenges you faced sharpened your awareness and strengthened your spirit. Now, life is responding by offering you a new direction, one that supports who you've become. This is the season where clarity replaces confusion. You are beginning to see what truly matters and releasing what no longer fits your journey. You are moving into a phase of emotional maturity and spiritual awareness. This shift will influence every area of your life in quiet but powerful ways. The past taught you resilience, but the future will teach you peace. This new beginning is the balance your soul has been craving. Life is rearranging itself around you in ways that will soon make sense. This transformation is guiding you toward stability, purpose, and inner calm. Something meaningful is aligning behind the scenes. Trust that what begins now is unfolding exactly as it should for your highest growth. You are entering a stage of life where self-understanding replaces self-doubt. This shift is strengthening your connection to your inner wisdom. This new beginning carries healing energy. Old wounds are closing, and new possibilities are emerging naturally and gently. You are no longer resisting change, you are becoming it. This life-changing shift is opening you to a more authentic and fulfilled existence. Your soul is settling into a rhythm that feels right. This transformation is allowing you to move forward with confidence and clarity. Something new and powerful is beginning for you now. This shift is not temporary. It is the foundation of a future aligned with peace, purpose, and inner strength. There is a higher purpose moving through every experience you've lived, even the ones that brought grief and loss. Not everything comes with immediate answers, but everything leaves wisdom behind. What you've endured has softened your heart, sharpened your awareness, and drawn you closer to your true self. Healing is not about forgetting. It's about understanding, surrendering, and allowing life to reshape you with meaning. Grief is not a sign of weakness. It is proof of love, depth, and connection. Loss changes you, but it also expands you in ways comfort never could. Through pain, you learn to feel more deeply and see life with clearer eyes. There is a higher purpose unfolding, even when the path feels unclear. Endings often arrive without explanation, leaving questions that echo in silence. Yet every ending carries a quiet lesson meant to guide you forward. What you lost did not leave you empty. It made room for spiritual growth, self-awareness, and a deeper relationship with life itself. Some chapters close not because you failed, but because your soul was ready to evolve. Healing takes patience and courage, and surrender requires trust in something beyond control. In time, you realize that closure comes from within, not from answers outside yourself. Pain has a way of stripping life down to what truly matters. Through grief, you learned compassion. Through loss, you learned resilience. And through endings, you learned that there is always something new waiting to be born. There is a higher purpose guiding it all. You may never fully understand why certain things had to end, but you can honor how they shaped you. Every experience carved wisdom into your spirit and deepened your connection to your inner truth. Healing is unfolding exactly as it should. Loss invites you inward. It asks you to slow down, reflect, and listen to your soul. In that quiet space, transformation begins. What once felt unbearable slowly becomes meaningful as you grow into the lessons it offered. Grief teaches you how to hold both pain and hope at the same time. It expands your emotional capacity and deepens your spiritual awareness. Nothing you went through was wasted, everything contributed to your becoming. Some experiences break you open so life can reach you more fully. What hurt you also awakened you. You now see life with more clarity, compassion, and presence than before. Healing does not follow a straight line. Some days you feel strong, other days fragile. Both are part of the process. Each step forward, no matter how small, is guided by a purpose greater than you can see right now. There is meaning even in the moments that felt unfair. Loss refined your perspective and helped you recognize what truly deserves your energy and love. This awareness is part of your spiritual growth. Endings are invitations to begin again, even when you're not ready. Through surrender, you learn trust. Through trust, you discover peace. The purpose reveals itself slowly in hindsight. Grief connects you to humanity. It reminds you that feeling deeply is part of being alive. What you've experienced expanded your heart and strengthened your spirit. You are not meant to carry pain forever. Healing comes through self-forgiveness, acceptance, and honoring your journey. What's ahead is shaped by the strength you gained from what's behind. Sometimes clarity comes only after you've released the need to understand everything. Letting go allows life to guide you toward new meaning and deeper connection. Loss teaches impermanence, but it also teaches presence. You now understand the value of each moment and the depth of genuine connection. Your soul has grown through hardship. What once felt like an ending is now part of your foundation. You are standing stronger because of it. Healing is an act of courage. It requires facing pain honestly and trusting that something greater is unfolding beyond what you can see. Grief refined your priorities and reshaped your values. You now move through life with greater intention and awareness. There is wisdom hidden in every goodbye. Each ending prepared you for a future more aligned with your inner truth. Loss did not diminish you. It expanded your capacity to feel, love, and understand. This depth is a gift, even if it came through pain. The process of healing teaches patience and humility. It reminds you that growth happens in layers, not all at once. What you endured awakened compassion within you. You now see others and yourself with more kindness and understanding. Endings clear space for renewal. Even when it hurts, life is gently redirecting you toward what supports your growth. You are learning to trust the unseen. The purpose may not be visible now, but it is guiding you step by step. Healing is learning to live fully again, without closing your heart. It's choosing to embrace life while honoring what was lost. Every experience left an imprint that shaped your wisdom. You are more aware, more grounded, and more spiritually connected because of it. Grief softened your edges and strengthened your soul. You now carry depth that only lived experience can provide. Closure doesn't come from the past. It comes from accepting the present and welcoming what's next with an open heart. There is a higher purpose in everything you've lived through. The pain, the loss, and the endings all led you here, stronger, wiser, and more connected to life than ever before.